What is the biggest cultural clash in Korean society today? Midterm test. South Korean society is becoming increasingly multicultural. There are significant cultural differences between generations, gender differences, and the growing number of immigrants. What do you think is the biggest cultural clash in Korean society today? What are the causes of this clash? What should Korean society do to overcome this clash? Provide your thoughts.
The biggest cultural conflict in Korean society comes from the gap between rich and poor. Most countries in the modern world are under the influence of capitalism. One of the common criticisms of the capitalist economic system is the unequal distribution of income and the resulting conflict between social classes. People with a lot of money have more opportunities and power and can control politics and the economy as they wish. So the well-off are more likely to live better, and the poor are more likely to live poorer. As a country that has achieved rapid capitalist growth, I believe that Korea demonstrates the problem of income inequality well. Let's analyze the causes, consequences, and solutions to Korea's income inequality problem. In Korea, the government has supported a small number of large companies to achieve rapid economic growth. As a result, several global companies have emerged, but most small and medium-sized businesses are in a poor environment. According to the 2022 Wage, Employment and Income results announced by Statistics Korea in 2024, 54% of large companies received a monthly salary of 4.5 million won or more, but only 13% of small and medium-sized companies. According to basic statistics on small and medium-sized enterprises and small business owners from the Ministry of SMEs and Startups, as of 2021, domestic small and medium-sized enterprises accounted for 99.9%, and large enterprises accounted for 0.1%. The number of employees at small and medium-sized enterprises is 18.49 million, accounting for 80% of the total, and at large enterprises it is 19%. Meanwhile, the sales volume of large companies was 53%, slightly higher than that of small and medium-sized companies. In Korea, many social infrastructure, schools, and businesses are concentrated in Seoul. As a result, population inequality and economic gap between Seoul and the countryside are worsening. According to Statistics Korea's Financial Welfare Survey, the average assets of households in the metropolitan area in 2018 were 504.65 million won, 47.5% higher than 342.2 million won in non-metropolitan areas. In 2022, the average assets of households in the metropolitan area were 692.46 million won, 69.2% higher than the average assets of households in non-metropolitan areas, 409.35 million won. This is a 20% increase in 4 years. According to the Korea Chamber of Commerce and Industry's Sustainable Growth Initiative, the economic growth rate in non-metropolitan areas fell from 4.9% to 1.9% before and after the 2007 global financial crisis. During the same period, the metropolitan area increased from 5.4% to 3.4%. The cause of this phenomenon was analyzed as the sluggish startup rate of non-small and medium-sized enterprises. Korea's income inequality problem is currently causing a serious low birth rate and aging population. It shows that Korea's policies and systems for the entire human life cycle are inadequate. While the wealth of a few rich people is increasing, the assets of the majority of the middle class and low-income class are not increasing. As a result, economic disparities have led to significant differences in education, environment, and jobs, and the resulting political confrontation has become a serious problem in Korea. To solve Korea's income inequality problem, I propose strengthening democracy. Korea is a democratic republic, a country that holds elections and the media is guaranteed independence, but I still believe that the opinions of all our citizens are not well reflected in politics. Korea is a country with severe hereditary capitalism, and even politicians have many wealthy people, so they may not be able to sufficiently reflect the opinions of the socially disadvantaged. For example, in Switzerland, the citizens' initiative system allows any citizen to hold a referendum on issues such as changes to laws, or decisions on public issues by having a certain number of supporters. Switzerland's citizen initiative system has been used 160 times since 1966, of which 100 were put to referendum, and only 8 were enacted into law. This is a good example of direct democracy, making politicians listen more to the voices of citizens. I also propose lowering the voting age. Currently in Korea, only citizens over 18 can participate in elections, and I propose lowering it to 15. I believe that if the voting age is lowered further than it is now, education and future industry issues, which are one of the concerns of young people, can become more publicized. As the Korean economic structure is changing significantly due to the fourth business revolution, the opinions of future generations must be actively reflected accordingly. Currently, in advanced countries such as Korea, relative inequality is greater than absolute inequality. The resulting relative deprivation makes many people anxious. We need to increase communication between people because cultural clashes between people occur because they do not understand each other. Therefore, good democracy is essential for advanced economic development.